there's only 4 reasons why you're not making progress in the gym or you are plateaued. It is because you're creating more fatigue than you can recover from. You have poor exercise selection and execution. You're not making some sort of progression, and you have poor biology. This is big and ignored by most people, or is not talked enough in the fitness industry. And this is everything that I applied in this client of mine, and we made the most explosive progress that I've ever had with my client. Here he was training on his own for almost a year. He made a okay progress, and this is just 2.5 months of progress by applying these rules of improving these 4 key things, especially the biology part. He gained more weight, his body fat went down, he gained more muscle. And you can see his video progression. I broke down everything that we did for him to make this much progress. In 2 months, he added almost 20 kilograms to his bench press. And the first thing is you creating more fatigue than you can recover. This is important. Most people think doing more will equal more results. So they do more sets, they do more exercises, and eventually they end up doing so much that they can't recover from it. And then your performance starts going down, your strength stops moving, motivation goes down, recovery gets worse. And I've been through that, and that's a very frustrating moment in your lifting career per se. You're doing a lot of work, you're putting the effort, but your progress is not going up. And I want you not to go through what I went. And there is a optimal training volume or optimal sets per week that you should do. And you want to be in this range, enough volume, enough stimulus to grow and that you can recover from. The problem that I've seen through my coaching is that beginners usually don't do enough volume. And this is because they're not used to it. They don't have that pain tolerance. They think if the muscles are hurting, it's because they're doing something wrong, or they stop. And they're kind of scared to do more. And then you have the intermediates who are doing too much, and that's why they're not progressing anymore. And that's why most guys who go to the gym or forever intermediate. So you need to find the exact volume for you. This depends on many factors: genetics, your environment, your diet, your biology, everything. But I guess study says around 12 to 15 sets per week per muscle group, it's enough. And I'd say that's a good range for you to work on. But there's a lot of factors that will determine the volume that you should be doing per week, per muscle group, and so on. Secondly, poor exercise selection and execution. A good exercise should allow you to target the muscles, fairly easy to execute, progress over time, you can recover from it as quick as possible, and that's basically it for exercise selection. And this was a problem here with my client here, Carlos. He did way too many exercises, a lot of variations for the chest and the cables, like every gym bro does. We cut the chest volume by almost half, and we selected better exercises, and we corrected his form, and his progress blew up. Selecting better exercises and correcting his form, especially in the bench press, which was an exercise that he was not doing that well. So an example, you have chest press and dumbbell flies. Chest press is a very stable exercise. It's easy to execute. You target the muscles fairly easy. It's easy to progress. You just need to add more weight, or you just do more reps and you recover from it fairly easy. Meanwhile, chest flies laying down, it's hard to execute, especially as a beginner. To progress is kind of tricky. You have the stability part, so it's not a stable exercise. It's hard to execute. Sometimes you may feel more in your biceps or in your shoulders than in your chest. It requires a lot of practice and technique. So this exercise would be superior for chest growth. Also, execution. A good example here, you have dips. Dips is an excellent exercise. Basically, it is considered by a lot of people, including me, the squat of the upper body. And when done wrong, it could be a bad exercise because you could develop problems in your shoulder, problems in your clavicle. This would make it a bad exercise. But execution has a lot to do with it. So execution is a very important factor for you to make fast progress. No progression, another problem. A lot of guys are doing the same exact weight month after month after month. How many guys you know that are doing 3 sets of 10 with 15 kilograms on the bicep curls for years? You probably would name a lot of them. A lot of training or going to the gym, which is good, but they're not practicing at all. If the weights or reps are not going up, your body has no reason to adapt or grow. This is what you have to put in your mind. If you're not doing more, your body has 0 reasons to grow and adapt. Progression is not always doing more reps or more weight. This is important here. There's a lot of ways to progress. Sometimes it's better technique, sometimes it's better execution, but something has to improve. Speed. Example, you did last week 8 reps in 45 seconds. Today, you did in 20 seconds. That's a progress. Your 1 rep max, you used to struggle. It was an RPE 9. Now, 1 month later, is at RPE 7. Same weight, but the execution is cleaner. The speed is faster. That's also progress. And now, poor biology, the good part. This is the part that I like to talk the most. Most are worried about the perfect program, the macros, and high protein. Yeah, that matters, but I'd say your biology matters more than having the right amount of protein or having the perfect program or hitting your macros every single day. Most guys are doing this, but they're forgetting about how to speed up and maximize muscle growth, muscular and CNS recovery, energy output, and improving sleep. And these 3 things, the Trinity, are what will get you there. In my experience, in my research, in my knowledge, I believe these are the things that will speed up your progress, your recovery, your health. The first thing, hormones. Hormones will influence your energy, your output in a gym, your recovery ability, your coordination, and mental power. If your dopamine is all over the place, you'll have less motivation, your mental power will be weaker, and this can influence how hard you can push in the gym. And to build muscle, you need to produce a lot of force to give your body a sign to stimulate muscle growth. That's basically it. You need to give your body stimulus so it can grow, and also strength adaptations. So hormones are key here. And then your gut. It influences your energy, your recovery ability, muscle gain speed, and output. Let's say you have digestive issues. Your ability to absorb nutrients will be deficient. And this will influence your ability to recover, how fast you can build muscle, and your energy. The more energy you have, the more output you can put in the gym, in the exercise, the better the gains. That's simple. I'm going to keep this very simple. I'm not going to go into details in this matter. And if you're interested, you can apply for coaching. We can go into details in this, help you have more energy, finally build muscle, get stronger, feel more energetic, and get the best of both worlds, your health, strength, and physique. And then we have CNS. It influences your strength in the gym, output, handle more volume, your ability to handle more volume, strength gains, and muscle gain. If you can recover really fast, your CNS can recover really fast, you'll be able to handle more volume. And this will also influence the amount of muscle you build and your strength progression. It is that easy. So I'm going to leave a free guide down below, the muscle building guide, which will explain everything that you need to know about building muscle, how to progress, how to finally break that plateau, how to structure a program, and a program example that you can follow. So that was it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, and see y'all in the next video.